What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and today I'm joined by Heihachi, and as you can see from the video title, this is a Heihachi Mishima guide. You guys have been busting my balls lately, make a guide for him, you've made one for Devil Jin and Kazuya, so I thought I could do one today. I'm gonna try to keep it brief and very straight to the point, and I didn't make a guide before because I didn't play that much Heihachi, but he has grown on me, and I'm kinda happy I didn't make the guide even 1 month ago, because lately I've learned so much about the Mishimas, almost like I want to remake my Kazuya guide and perhaps the Devil Jin guide, because I've just learned so much. But yeah, Heihachi has grown on me. It's too bad that we probably won't see him in Tekken 8, as he's most likely dead. But let's enjoy him while we still have him, and we do have him here in Tekken 7. So I'm gonna enlarge the screen, and I'm just gonna go through what I think we have to go through. But as I said, I'm gonna try and keep it brief, but I'm gonna start by talking about Heihachi at high level, because I think that isn't that the goal for everyone, all of us who are very passionate about Tekken, that we eventually want to, you know, exponentially progress, and we want to know what the character is in the end, you know, when we've reached our goal and become a great player. And Heihachi is very different from Kazuya and Devil Jin. They are all Mishimas, they all have the electric, Thunder God Fist, Hell Sweep, but as you can see, it does not trip on the first hit. So Heihachi is more different. Kazuya and Devil Jin have both very strong 50-50s, you know, but Heihachi not so much, because yeah, it just doesn't trip on the first hit, the Hell Sweep. He lacks a decent low poke, you know, Devil Jin down 3, down back 2, Kazuya's down back 4, great low. Heihachi, we have down back 2, but it's launch punishable, so big problem. And his offense, his pressure, is great. So that also sets him apart, even though, yeah, Devil Jin, I'm looking at you, perfect character. So Heihachi's mids and his pressure is some of the scariest in the game. Stuff like this. His frames are very good, his strings are very good, and his mids, you know, yeah, he has some really good stuff in that department. And of course, a trademark move of Heihachi, the Demon Uppercut. So this is a mid, a quite fast, long-range mid that launches, and quite easy input, 4-4-2. So this leads to most people not wanting to duck Heihachi. And here he has some trouble, of course, because he doesn't have very good lows, but if his lows were good, he would be broken. Let's just face that fact, he would be broken. But a great Heihachi player can actually make the character work without lows. Because, I mean, eventually the opponent is going to have to counterattack, right? And then Heihachi has these counter hit tools that are just amazing. So you can make him work without lows, actually. I just wish he had like one more command throw. He has 1+2 command throws. He has this throw, which is a 1 break, but people see it very easily due to its unique animation, you know, with the arm like this. If it wasn't for that, it would be a better throw. And he has this 2 throw, but it's not that good in my opinion. I just wish he had, yeah, some more throw power than he has. But Stonehead, always a good throw, classic. So I hope I have at least covered now his strengths, his weaknesses, and his overall game plan. You want to pressure your opponent with his great mid, and just enjoy the fact that you can keep it very safe, you know. I'm gonna go into more detail with the pokes, but general game plan is to pressure the opponent into making mistakes, try to hunt counter hits and stay safe. And if that fails, and you notice that, oh, opponent never ducks, there's nothing wrong with going with down back 2, even though it's very unsafe. I see JDCR do this in lots of matches. Okay, he'll just never duck. Bam! Bam! And those build up over time. It does 23 on normal hit, and on hit it's like +5, +6, so it's still your turn. You know, so as everything with Heihachi, it just builds momentum. But of course, it's launch punishable, so that's the last resort. But of course, if you play in green ranks, you might be doing this all day long, and you'll enjoy this 50-50 perhaps, forward 2, down back 2, and if you're not punishing, go for it. But at high level, in the end, you know, down back 2 is the last resort. You'll start by pressuring, see what your opponent is doing, try to counter hit with forward 3. It's a long range mid, you know. You can dance around back here, you know, and just try to hit that forward 3. It's a really good move. Last resort is down back 2. And of course, like the other Mishimas, he has a 14 frame electric. It's a great move, +5 on block. Yeah, that's also a great pressure tool, of course. So that's what I wanted to say about his strengths and weaknesses, and I guess I'm gonna detail his weaknesses a bit more. So what have we added? A rather weak 50-50. I guess more to say about his 50-50. I've covered the down back 2. Down back 3 is a low poke, but it's also launch punishable. It's just not very good, and it doesn't do a lot of damage. He has the universal down 4. 7 damage, but it's -13, so Kazuya can TP it. It's still a... I mean, just take a look at the risk-reward here. Your reward is 7 damage, but the risk is, I mean, at the very least, eating while standing 4-4, or while standing 4. And that's much more damage than 7, and it will most likely lead you in... Most while standing 4s give frame advantage on hit, so... Yeah, but you'll see JDCR from time to time actually harass opponents with this, because most people just don't expect that. But how does his Hell Sweep work? First hit does not trip, it's launch punishable like any other Hell Sweep, but if it does connect, you get a 50-50. So, if they choose to duck after that, neutral 4-4 does a lot of damage. But on block, it's -15, so launch punishable. This on its own, into while standing 4, is good. Gives good frame advantage. That's what you'll see most people do, if they actually even use his Hell Sweep. It's not that good in this game. And why is that? It was nerfed, actually, from Tag 2. The second Hell Sweep on block, if they choose to block low, you know, after the first one, it used to be safe. But now it's -12, so you'll eat a while standing 4. So, Heihachi, going into Tekken 7, got some mids buffed. You know, like upward 3-4, actually giving now a screw. It used to just knock down. And his forward 4 getting the crouch buff. You know, guaranteed forward 1-2. I'm gonna talk more about that later. It's a really good thing, but yeah, getting a nerf on his Hell Sweep is like, did we really need that? Like, his lows were already garbage. But yeah, Heihachi has a difficult time in this game. You just gotta make up for it with great movement and yeah, just great skill overall. But more on his weaknesses, because there's more to it. In the punishing department, great. I'm gonna talk more about punishing soon. But a big weakness is that his 12 frame punish, bad range. Even forward 1-2, bad range. Put this in contrast with Kazuya back 1-2, or the perfect Devil Jin back 1-2, which has amazing range. Devil Jin, you naughty, naughty devil boy. He just has it all. So 12 frame punish, bad, in my opinion. Although he gets the best damage from a 12 frame punish if you do have them close up to you. Forward 1+2 into Iron Hand, 39 damage. But 12 frame, bad. Bad. I'm gonna say it a couple more times so it actually registers with you. And while standing punish, we have while standing 4 at 14 frames. I went British there. We have while standing 1 into Iron Hand for 44 damage. It's pretty good. But yeah, after that, he does not have a while standing launching move. So it's like, god damn it. So when someone does a low that's like -20, oh god, we're not gonna get an easy launch. What we have to do is crouch cancel, look at my sticker, by tapping up and then doing an electric. Oh god. This is extremely technical, and even very, very high level Mishima players fail to do this from time to time. You'll even see JDCR when he's playing a really good opponent, he's kind of stressed, you know, he'll just go for while standing 1 even after blocking a snake edge or something, because this can just be very difficult to do. Although JDCR most of the time is going to do that, of course. But I'm just saying that it really hurts Heihachi not having an easy mode punish. And that goes for standing punishment as well. You know, Devil Jin, perfect naughty boy. Down for 3-4, easy mode, 15 frame mid launcher. Kazuya does not have an easy mode push 1 button 15 frame launch either. But his electric is lenient due to the fact that he has perfect electric at 13 frames. He has more inputs for the electric. So it's much easier to get that 14 frame electric with Heihachi. Oh no, I'm so sorry, with Kazuya rather than it is with Heihachi. Heihachi has the hardest time launching low blocks and launching standing. Okay? So his punishment, problems. Another problem is that universally when fighting against Mishimas, for example, if you see a Mishima versus Mishima battle, you'll see them going around like a clock, like this. Of course they'll fight in between, but then they'll start dancing again, going around in a clock. Why is that this? Because we always step Mishimas to the left. We go towards our left. And Kazuya and Devil Jin have scary homing moves. Very scary homing moves to make you afraid of stepping them. Heihachi, on the other hand, his homing moves are just not that good in my opinion. He has back 4, but this has worse range than you'll think. Look at this. Look at that. Contrast this to Devil Jin 4-4-4, which will hit the opponent from the other side of the stage, basically. He has, and how scary is it? Even on counter hit, it does 24 damage and knocks them down. It's great at the wall, don't get me wrong, amazing with its wall splat, and it's fast and it's mid, but bad range, and it's just not that scary to step Heihachi if this is what he gets. If you contrast with Kazuya and Devil Jin, he has back 1 too, which will launch, I think, if the second hit hits on counter hit. Yeah, that's okay, but you still have to do the first hit, you know. It does 34 damage, gives some frame advantage, but it's high. And again, bad range. Better than back 4, but still bad range. So not the best homing moves, so stepping Heihachi to the left, not that scary unless you're facing a really good player who perhaps, you know, realigns with a quick step into electric, or yeah, just with movement realigns with you. So I'm just saying this is another weakness he has. Okay, so hopefully now it's very clear to you what is he good at. Pressure, mids, counter hit tools. He has some decent damage as well. Although this is also a misconception a lot of people have. They think that Heihachi has the best damage out of the Mishimas. And this is not the case. What am I doing? I want standard approach. So what we're talking about here is this Är det Adrian? Hello? Hello? I mean, I just love this. I'm making a guide, but that was the Microsoft Indian call center call. I mean, always the best timing. I'm looking for work, actually, so I wanted to check what it was. So, basically, where the hell was I? We were talking about Heihachi's weaknesses. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, his combo damage. So, a lot of people have this misconception that Heihachi's damage is amazing. What we're talking about is this combo. And for sure, it does 74 damage. Devil Jin can get 75 if you do the double electrics into forward, forward, 4. That's very difficult, there's not a lot of people who can staple that, and for sure, it's a lot of damage. But one thing you have to keep in mind here is that if you do this combo, you don't get the best Oki afterwards. He recovers slowly after those double punches, and the opponent can just hold back to quick recover, and you both recover in a pretty neutral situation. So my favorite combo with Heihachi is doing this for 68, I think. No, 67. Sure, it does quite a bit less, but if you wave into them after CD441, you recover right next to them. And the other thing is that Devil Jin and Kazuya have got better wall damage than Heihachi, and they've got much better travel tools to get them to the wall. I mean, very often you'll do this to get them to the wall. Down forward 1-1 does very little damage. I think it does 5 damage in total while airborne. You can do this. Forward 2-3, which is a great tool to get them to the wall. But very, very often, if you do it from slightly to the side, the knee will whiff. It will magically whiff. It's got a very bad hitbox if it's done from an axis, you know, to the side. So that actually hurts his combo potential a lot. You can do this, back forward to 1, it recovers very slowly, so the follow-up is kind of hard to hit. I'll show what this looks like. We'll deep dash into Hell Sweeps. But the Hell Sweeps is not the best wall combo. He recovers quickly, but it doesn't do a lot. Best wall combo is 1 down 4. But again, compared to Devil Jin and Kazuya, that's not a shitload of damage. So I just want to get this out there, that his combo damage, for sure, if you do this combo, it does do 74. And that is a lot of damage, but it doesn't give a whole lot of Okiseme after that. Kazuya 68 damage, ending with CD3, pretty good Oki. Yeah, Devil Jin's combos are just amazing overall. And Heihachi, he's not that good at... He's good at the wall pressuring, but his combo damage at the wall is below Kazuya and Devil Jin. And his travel tools to take someone to the wall, which, let's face it, is very important in this game, he does that much worse than Kazuya and Devil Jin. So I just want to get that out there, that just because he does 74 with that double electric combo, I rank him lower than Kazuya and Devil Jin when it comes to combos. So yes, I just wanted to get that out there, and we have talked about Heihachi's game plan. So I'm just gonna quickly go into his poking. There are 2 strings that really set Heihachi apart from the other Mishimas and make him the pressure monster he is. And it's 1 back 2. And it's hard to stress enough how good this string is. I see a lot of you Heihachi players not use this a lot. I play against you in yellow ranks, orange ranks. don't really use this, and by God, start using it. I mean, imagine just pressuring someone, doing the jab on its own, and then suddenly this comes out. Just mixing up a jab with one back two is pretty damn strong. So what makes this string so great? We can do it fast, or we can delay the second hit. It's very flexible. The second hit tracks a lot. It realigns a lot. And on block, this is -1, -2. So you actually keep a lot of momentum even if they block it. And the second hit is +8 on hit. Look at Kazuya. He barfs. His intestines are just crushed. It's so good on hit. And it's pretty damn good on block. And it realigns. So it's like, this is almost a perfect string. You'll never have it punished. It's high, mid, super fast. How is anyone gonna punish that? Like, oh, I'm gonna duck the high on reaction. No, you're not. This string is amazing. And now we're going to combine this with the second trademark string of Heihachi. And that starts with his insanely good down forward 1. That has got good range. It's 13 frames. It's mid. And on block, it's 0 or -1, depending on the range where it hits. And on hit, it's +9. Yeah. It's +9. And of course, he has extensions. Down forward 1-1, safe on block. If they're super fast, they can duck the second hit. But most people don't do that because, alright, he has the mid. And this is like one of the best strings in the game. 13 frame, natural combo, 31 damage, knocks down at the wall splats. You can delay the second hit to try and catch them off guard. So, delayable. And having delayable strings like these, don't underestimate how powerful it is to be able to, you know, choose the timing, you know, be flexible in the timing of a string. I wish Kazuya had more of this. Well, Kazuya doesn't have strings overall. So yeah. Another thing to say about down forward 1-2 is that a general misconception a lot of people have is that down forward 1-2 is hit confirmable. What does that mean? They mean that if you see that it connects on hit, you can add the second hit. This is impossible. Just doesn't work. Can't do that. You can actually test this in practice mode by setting him to random guard. So sometimes it will hit. This means that sometimes he guards and sometimes he blocks. So I'm gonna try and hit confirm it. And trust me, you won't be able to do this. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a comment. What the fuck? Now he like never blocks. Very blocks. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna keep doing that. But so that's a misconception. It's impossible to hit confirm that. Maybe you'll do it once out of 20 attempts if you're really good, but that's not hit confirming it. That's just lucky, you know. So that can't be done. So what happens when we combine these two strings and mix between them? You already have like insane goddamn pressure. Okay, great string. So now we're gonna add another move. Guard. I'm gonna add forward 4. Look at that guard impact. So, alright, down forward 1-2 on block is -13. So keep that in mind. It's not free, you know, and ending this with the mid. -13. So, why is forward 4 so good? On block, it's +4 or 5, depending on the range where it hits. So you're at a huge advantage. So this is a move that's good whether it's on hit or on block. On hit it's like +6. On counter hits, knock down into guaranteed down 4 for lots of damage. 48. And of course the wonderful property we got in this game, guaranteed on crouch, guaranteed down for 1-2. 51 damage. And of course next to a wall, what does this do? Yeah. Huge damage. Also keep in mind that if you want to be more advanced, more damage, you can actually sidewalk here into back 4. Like so. It's not that hard. If you want to get more damage, keep that in mind. So, yeah. Now I'm just putting 3 moves together. Oh, God. Yeah, you understand. Like, already these 3 moves I've described, we've got tremendous pressure potential. And I do want to include forward 3 as well, because Heihachi is one of these characters where we don't use a shitload of moves. We use a couple of key moves, like basically all the Mishimas except for Devil Jin, because Devil Jin just has 1 million great moves. So, forward 3, as I explained previously, oh god, is it good. It's 18 frames fast, so it's kind of fast. You just press forward 3. The range is enormous. Enormous! If you catch my drift, you know. Huge! On hit, knockdown into Okiseme. Good stuff. You see how slowly they fall to the ground. You can run up right next to them. So on normal hits, it's pretty great. It actually tracks quite a bit. On block, it's only like -2. So you actually keep momentum. And on counter hit, what does it do? Oh my god, it launches. Oh god. I'm gonna have to do a cool combo now. Hi! So yeah, is that a good mid? Yeah. And it also goes into this, you know, pressure plan. Because, yeah, if they block, I keep momentum, you know. So, and now we're going to add the classic Heihachi upward 3-4. In this game, normal hit, yup, we get a float. Yeah, it's pretty good. So ending that with forward 3 is the best option in my opinion. It just gives you great momentum. You know, forward 3 recovers super fast even in combos. So you get great Oki. You can also, if you want to, do down 1 to spike them. If you want to. But yeah, forward 3 has a lot of uses. And upward 3-4, low crush. It's not super fast, but it's not super slow either. Yeah, it screws. On block, it's not as good as it was in Tag 2, but it's still +1. So if they block this, it's still your turn. You still have an advantage. Yeah, way to go, main man, to sound like a stupid bastard. But it's only +1, so it's not a huge advantage. In Tag 2, you know, this used to be like +5, I think, or +6. So yeah, keep that in mind. And other pokes I'd like to mention is of course back 4, which is completely safe, mid-homing move. I mentioned this earlier. If people step you a lot, if you don't want to do super advanced movement stuff to realign, back 4 is your friend, you know. It's good, but the range could be better. But it's good, it's fast. And especially next to walls, Heihachi is so scary. He'll just frame trap you all day long. And if you try to move, back 4 is just a great wall splatting move. So good stuff. I mean, those are pretty much the tools most people use with Heihachi. And yeah, if people never duck you, the low you will go with, more often than not, is down back 4. You'll see some Heihachi players use this, but it's very risky for not a whole lot of reward. Down back 2 is what you'll mostly see. It's plus 5-6 on hit. It's minus 17 or 18 on block, so it's launch. Unfortunately, but it has got great range. You know, great range. And it does a chunk, you know, but yeah, it is risky. But that's what you'll go for if people don't duck you. Okay, so I actually think that's what I want to mention with his poking and mix-up. I guess we should talk a bit about 442. Great range. Launching mid, classic, does big damage, but people don't really duck Heihachi. It's very steppable to the left, so it's very risky to do at high level. But yeah, it's a great move. It is minus. I don't know the exact frame data here. It's minus. I'm actually gonna check this frame data. I think it's minus 15. Oh, yeah, it's minus 15. Minus 15, 16, depending on the range. But so, if Ryan is super fast, he gets Mach Punch. Some characters punish it easily, so you'll not do it. King can back free it like every time. And Steve Fox can always Sonic Fang it. So against some characters you'll never use this move. But if you're in green ranks, you know, spam away. They won't step it, you know, they won't punish it. I mean, it is a good move, but yeah, it has its big drawbacks, you know. The drawbacks I just described, you shouldn't, don't underestimate them at high level, you know, where people are not that afraid of stepping Heihachi due to his not huge damage homing moves, and this will be stepped every time. Yeah, I guess that's it for his poking. So I'm gonna talk a bit about his punish, and his 10 frame punish is really good. 1-1-2, and he's the only Mishima who wall splats with this. You shouldn't. Yeah, underestimate that. That's really strong. So 10 frame is good, but as I mentioned previously, 12 frame bad range, but if you're up close, big damage with this. Big damage. I think that's the most damage for a 12 frame, as I said previously, but yeah, it does require some execution, and it's got bad range. So I would say Devil Team back 1-2 is much better because it hits from this far away, you know, but this will never catch a get up 4 kick, you know, get up standing 4. So standing, yeah, 1-2, if they don't quick recover, you get a stomp, that's pretty good, but again, bad range. 13 frame punish is down for 1-2 for wall splat. And 14 frame, you'll do electric, but yeah, very difficult to do at 14. If you're a great Mishima player, you'll have it consistent at 15. Pretty consistent, like most people miss even that sometimes. So yeah, standing punish, nothing remarkable. Standing, while standing 4, while standing 4-4, like the other Mishimas. This is minus 15 on block. While standing 4, just in general, is a great poke. I should have mentioned this when it came to the poking. 11 frames fast. On hit, it's like plus 7, I think. It's just huge, you know. And on block, it's like minus 2 or something, so you keep momentum. Great poke to keep in mind. It's a staple Mishima poke. So it's included in the while standing punish, and at 14 frames, you have this. But that's it. After that, we don't have like a launching while standing 2 or anything like that. So it's crouch, cancel, electric. Okay, I'm so sorry, I forgot mentioning it's forward 3. At high level, rather than using forward 2 as your go-to mid launch, forward 3 is better. I mean, it's just as fast. It's got worse range. God, it's got pretty good range. But yeah, but worse than 442 for sure. But it also gives... this is the stable juggle. It's like 0 or -1 on block, so it's very neutral on block. Mid-launcher, so it's perfectly safe compared to 442. So use 443, lads, please, if you want a mid-launch. I should have mentioned that previously. So yeah, that was Heihachi's punishment, and for whiff punish, of course, you have the electric, like every Mishima. That's your whiff punish, if you step someone. Or if someone whiffs, you know, from this range. Oh, I'm gonna electric them. So that's Heihachi's punish. Yeah, I think I've actually worked through the entire character now. For throws, I would do the stone head. I don't know if I'm gonna talk a bit more about his combos. I do want to mention his parry. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. Heihachi has 2 parries, and they are both quite good, I have to say. The first one is this, that will put you in a key charge, so if it doesn't work, you're dead. And it won't parry lows, but it's got a huge parry window. During this entire animation, it's going to catch any high or mid. And when I say any high or mid, I'm including tackles, swords, every single fucking thing in the game. It's an insane parry. So, but it deals the same damage to Heihachi and the opponent. I think it does 25 to both. I'm gonna record quickly here with Kazuya 1-2. Oh. Oh, it's 30 to both.
I go where I please, and I please where I go.
But the parry window is big. As you can see, I can start it quite early, as you can see, and still get the parry. So it's a great round ender, you know, if you're in a big health advantage. And then it comes to his second parry, punch. Oh, it's a punch parry. So mid and high punches. It's from his raging stance, which on its own is like the most badass thing you've ever seen. Like Hachi! Forward 3+4. And you follow up this with 2-1. You can actually confirm this. So as you can see, it does a lot of damage on its own, and it wall splats. So this parry is insanely good. But it's got a smaller window, you gotta time it properly. But the good thing here is that you can hit confirm it. So you can do it and do into 2. And if you see that you got the parry, you can do the second hit and add the 1 for the wall splat. Because you'll mostly use this next to walls. I'm gonna confirm it. So yeah, I just wanted to add that, but he has some pretty damn awesome parries, Heihachi, and it's a big strength to have a punch parry that's that strong. You know, on its own 43 and it wall splats. So yeah, that's really something to put on the plus side. But I think that was me mentioning everything with Heihachi. This low crush mid also deserves mentioning, I think. Low crush, wall splat, knockdown mid, perfectly safe on block. It's pretty damn good, especially at the wall. If you think we're gonna dick jab, you know, as you're pressuring, yeah, gonna crush that on wall splat. I think that is it for Heihachi, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I really hope this taught you something about the old man. I really like him. Too bad he's not in Tekken 8, but yeah, let's enjoy him while he's still here. And yeah, I hope this at least taught you a thing or two about the character. And I hope you have a nice day, or depending on time zone, a nice nighty with no nightmares. So yeah, take care, guys.